As we collected vibration and noise data from both the Tesla and the BMW, there were several things that we had to take into consideration. The first was making sure that our equipment was fully charged. The observer was going to be running for a few hours, so we had to make sure we had enough charge to get through our pre-setup, make sure everything was connected, make sure we were getting good data, the hour-long drive, so we had to make sure we had plenty of battery life for that. The second consideration was the SD card. We were recording 12 channels worth of data and at a fairly high sample rate, so we had to make sure the SD card had plenty of space on it and that it was fast enough that we could record all this data without falling behind, without hitting an overflow. A big part of our setup also included making sure all the sensors were configured properly. TED's helped with that. And making sure the axes were correct. So sometimes the sensors would be X, Y, Z, but they might be oriented in a different way. So we had to label which one was truly the X-axis, and which one was truly the Y-axis, and which one was truly the Z-axis. So we had to go through all of that configuration and make sure that our external cameras were time synced with the data. So those were things we had to make sure of before we started recording. We also found, once we connected with VR Mobile, that there was some noise that had to be compensated for. We had to adjust our sensors. At one point we actually tried a completely different controller, and so it was helpful in VR Mobile to be able to export our configuration and then import it onto a different observer. And so what we found was that there was a lot of work that had to be done before collecting the road data. A lot of considerations we had to be aware of, both with the sensors, checking, making sure the data didn't have any real flaws to it, making sure we could properly record it, have enough battery power, and we were able to do all of that and get some good data to compare between the two vehicles.